Bula. Welcome to Fiji. Welcome to the Red Hot Underdogs. I'm AnzaK, and with me is the ever incredible, long contained, never imitated, often duplicated Ariana.
Different introduction, but that's okay. I can speak for myself because I hog the limelight often enough. I'm not a truth teller. I'm not a liar. Welcome to the podcast that's coming from Fiji, and it will be an absolute flyer. So, how you been, big guy?
Oh, pretty good. Just had the stomach bug probably a week ago. I'm trying not to be too loud because it's a restaurant, but nobody's in.
Public area?
You know, it's just me.
That's a very red hot underdog thing to do, is to do a podcast in the middle of a public restaurant.
Yeah,
I mean, I'd never break that ground. That's a very you thing to do. I commend it. I wouldn't have the balls to, but congratulations.
There's no one here, Joy. I promise you. It's just me. It's just me. Yeah.
That's true. But that's all good.
Stomach
mate,
bug,
we've had a hell of a day.
is gone. My stomach bug's gone, and back to regular toilet sessions. Cheers to that.
Cheers to that. Let's rip out some sport, which is what everyone's here for. Not to hear about our medical conditions or what we are or aren't doing.
Yeah, but
that's okay.
That's important. That's important. That's all I'm going to say. That's important.
To an extent. It's the appetizer before the main course.
Yeah.
So before I get into today's biggest story, which is the boxing, which was a bit of a disaster if you're an Aussie boxing fan.
Yeah.
I just want to just quickly run over last week, not too much. We mentioned Bathurst just briefly.
Yep.
For all you Rev heads, you already know last week was Bathurst on. Well done to Brody Kostecki and Todd Hazelwood for winning the Bathurst 1000 for the Erebus Motorsport team. So for all you people out there at Bathurst, it was a good day. I myself was here at home eating some snags and some steaks off a Holden hubcap, not a plate. Because, you know, you've got to feel the event.
So did Holden win?
I cooked my food off a radiator, not a barbecue.
Did Holden win?
It was all good.
Was it Holden that won?
It was Erebus Motorsport. Yeah, so not Holden, but, you know, like, that's okay. The nostalgia runs deep. You don't always get what you want in life. Sometimes you just get what you need.
Yeah.
Going on to today, Tszyu. Advertised greatly as Australia's next boxing phenomenon. You've always got to tread carefully if you're the son with a legendary father.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, pressure can get to you. I'm not going to be a complete troll to him, but unfortunately, our great hope to win the IBF Super Welterweight Championship belt of the world failed. Unfortunately, there's no easy way to put it, quite miserably, by getting knocked out in the third round by Bakram Murtazaliev.
Wow. So run through it. I haven't been able to watch it, Drewy. I know you told me, but what is there much to even through, like 3 rounds or
Well, there's a bit to unpack. You know, it doesn't seem like much can happen in 3 rounds. But let me tell you, in the world of sport, in the world of boxing, a whole host of things can happen in 3 rounds.
Host of things.
So, in 3 rounds in boxing, you can get married, have a kid, and die. So, you know, 3 rounds is a long time in boxing. Not so long in real life. Bakram Murtazaliev, he entered the ring as the IBF World Super Welterweight Champion with a record of 23 wins, no losses, no draws, and 17 big wins coming via way of knockout.
Was he the favourite? Was he the favourite, Drewy?
No, Tszyu was actually the favourite. Tim, the soul taker Tszyu, who had his own soul taken, unfortunately.
No soul now. He's got no soul.
He's soulless for now,
Yeah.
both in heart, spirit, literally, figuratively, and probably on his feet right now.
No, he
Uh,
still has those ones, right? He still has two soles on his feet.
yeah, I think he's still got his shoes. He's
Yeah, he's got
still
his
not
shoes.
hurting for a bit of coin. It's just a bit of wounded ego.
Yeah.
So he came in with 24 wins, 17 of those by knockout.
Yep.
He now drops to two losses
Yep.
and no draws. And one of those losses, unfortunately, comes at the hands of Bakram Murtazaliev, which happened today. So in the first round, that was a clear Murtazaliev round. Murtazaliev came out extremely quick, used a long telephone pole jab, just
Mhm.
kept ramming it out. They used distance from the outside extremely well. Uh, just a slight psychological red flag for me while watching that first round was there was a slight clash of heads. Now, there was no blood from Tszyu's head, but as we know in his last fight
Yeah.
against Sebastian Fundora, the blood poured throughout his head from the third round on. And you actually saw Tszyu stop and touch his glove and touch his head and see if there was any blood, which there wasn't.
Yeah. Wow.
So that kind of made me feel that he probably wasn't in the best mental state, but
Yeah.
easily a Murtazaliev first round,
Yeah.
easily, and hit Tszyu with some good clean shots. But I'm not here to actually rain on Murtazaliev's parade because he was as clinical as a surgeon today.
Yeah.
Just an absolute masterclass he put on Tim Tszyu. He actually took Tim Tszyu to school,
Mm.
fed him his lunch, flushed his head down the toilet, and
Oh,
sent
one
him
of
home
those.
on the wrong bus.
Yeah, we've had that.
So
Yeah, we've all
we
had that.
have had that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had that plenty of times
But
before.
not for a while, not for a few years now.
No, no. You become a bit more frightening when you get a beard, even if you're not. So that was easily a Murtazaliev first round. And then in the second round, unfortunately, it was Tim Tszyu's elevator round. He hit the canvas not once, not twice, but three times.
Three times in the, hang on, three times in the second round or third round?
Correct. In the second round.
Okay, why wasn't it stopped? Oh, they weren't all knockdowns, were they? So it wasn't TKO.
Well, here's the thing. Yeah, he hit the canvas three times, three legitimate knockdowns. The third one might have been stopped if it had not been for the very dying seconds of the second round. So, rightfully so, and I think that's upon every referee. I think there are certain moments where you can give the fighter the benefit of the doubt. That was one where you could definitely give Tim Tszyu the benefit of the doubt because very end of the round, fighting wasn't going to continue because the bell was only a few seconds away. Tszyu would have been sent to his corner and had a full minute to recover, despite being
So
extremely groggy.
there wasn't enough time for the 10 countdown, right? Is that right?
No, he did the 10 count. He counted him, but there wasn't enough time to continue fighting. By
Yeah.
the time he finished the count and by the time the bell went.
Okay. It was like, okay, just go to your corner. Even though it'd been down three times. Well,
Yes.
that just a rule that you cannot change? Like, is that a set in stone rule? You know,
No,
that if you get a TKO is three knockdowns. That's what it is.
no, not necessarily. So sometimes it depends on where you fight in America or across the world.
Mm.
Quite often they specify certain rules on the TV screen before big world championship fights. Sometimes they will display in amongst the criteria of the fight three knockdown rule, which means third time you're gone. And sometimes they will display no three knockdown rule. This
Okay.
was a no three knockdown rule.
Okay. So there wasn't that there. There wasn't a
Yeah, so it was a no three knockdown rule fight.
okay.
And So usually, if you're going to get knocked down 4 times in a round, it'll generally be stopped if you're a smart referee. Otherwise, you'll come up with scrutiny.
Yeah.
But quite often, there have been moments in the past where fighters have hit the ground 3 times and gone on to finish the fight in a round.
And
Uh,
and win.
well, there was one of such note. It's very hard to win because that becomes a 10-6 round.
Yeah.
So if you get knocked
Hang
down
on, say it
once,
again. What do you mean 10-6? What?
so the scoring criteria in a fight is if you just win a regular round with no knockdowns,
Yeah.
it's a 10-9 round.
Yeah.
If there's one knockdown, 10-8,
Yeah.
2 knockdowns, 10-7, 3 knockdowns, 10-6.
Yeah.
And usually if there's a fourth knockdown, they just wave off the fight. So there was a moment, I'm going to say around about roughly 2005, 2006, where Manny Pacquiao knocked down one Manuel Marquez in the first round 3 times. Marquez actually recovered and went on to have a draw with Pacquiao in that fight.
Yeah.
So,
and it had that rule where it was like 3 knockdowns.
Where you could get up.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
No 3 knockdown rule.
Okay.
So,
I didn't know about that. I thought all boxing matches, you got knocked down 3 times, it was TKO. That's just
not necessarily. Depends on the state where you fight and the commissions that are running the fight. So after getting knocked down 3 times in the second round and having an elevator yo-yo fight, up, down, up, down, up, down.
And
I'm going to say about...
Drewy, were these knockdowns like they couldn't have been?
Oh, they were hard.
They weren't slips or controversial at all.
No.
To the head, body. What were they?
Nothing controversial. All steak, all sizzle, all chin. They were hits to the head. So, I think 2 of them might have been hooks, and I think one was a straight right. But that all hits to the head, all knockdowns, all legitimate.
Where'd you watch?
No controversy. I watched it in a pub, the Stain down in Manly.
Oh, yep,
and
yep.
let me tell you, the Stain was like a public funeral. You couldn't hear a pin drop. The crowd was just in absolute silence.
Was it pumping, like heaps of people?
There were quite a few people, absolutely. And I think
the first round there was no knockdowns, you said.
No knockdowns.
But Tszyu, decisively lost that as well.
100% he did. No questions. That wasn't even close. It wasn't a slaughter, but it was a perfectly clear, concise round to Murtazaliev if you knew what you're looking at. No questions asked. And then the third round, I'm going to say it's roughly about a minute 10, roughly. I don't have the exact time, but just roughly over the minute mark in the third round, Tszyu was knocked down for a 4th time, got up jelly-legged, doing break dances like Grandmaster Flash, and the referee just goes, no.
Ray gun.
I've seen enough. Ray gun as well.
Yeah.
Throw in the whole lot. Yeah, he was jelly-legged and not ready to continue. It's a very bitter pill for the soul taker who had his soul taken.
Yeah.
If I could pick one criticism,
that's not funny at all. But what you said's funny. But it's not funny what you're talking about. Is that okay?
That's true.
Yeah.
That's more than happy.
Yeah.
It's even funnier that we didn't get punched.
Yeah.
But yet we're the ones spitting shit about poor Timmy Tszyu.
Yeah. It's easy when you're just watching, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Yeah, all these armchair critics that work at IBM and have pillow-fisted hands and have like bloody hands as soft as pillow cushions, telling Tim what he should and shouldn't do.
We are armchair critics. Sure, you
Absolutely.
work in a garden and you're a gardener and work hard on the tools and whatever, and I have to do my stuff. We are armchair critics,
Yeah.
We are armchair critics.
Imagine Timmy Tszyu walking onto my garden site telling me what pesticides I should and shouldn't use and what level I should have the mower on and how I should trim my hedges. I'd be like, oi, who the hell are you to tell me that?
Well, he might need a job soon, mate.
He might.
Wait.
Yeah.
So third round, a minute and like not even 2 minutes. So it was over quick.
Not even 2 minutes all over.
So the whole thing was over in what, like 8 minutes, less than 10 minutes. Yeah.
Less than 9 minutes.
Yeah. Wow.
So as not a boxer, full respect to Tim Tszyu, if I was to have some sort of criticism about his performance, it would be this.
Okay. Wait for this.
And Timmy Tszyu, if you're watching the Red Hot Underdogs, you're going, oh, this unshaven dickhead telling me how I should fight. I'm going onto his garden site on Monday and giving him the real deal about what the fuck he should be doing. But anyway, as Neville Novice over here, if I was to pick one casual criticism, I'd say this.
Just one. Don't get knocked down 4 times. Or not that one. Another one.
Well, that's probably the first rule that we should
let's
probably
start with that one.
to. The second criticism, let's get to, shall we say.
Let's get straight to the second.
After he was knocked down, after he was knocked down the first time, I felt that he should have tried to clear his head and compose himself and park his Ferrari-like ego in the garage.
Yeah.
Because what did he do? He went straight back into the fire. Got knocked down again.
Yeah.
All right, mate. You've been knocked down twice. I don't know if it was because he wasn't completely cognizant at this point, but
okay. So Tszyu got knocked down in the second round where he got knocked down 3 times.
He got knocked down 3 times.
But after the second time, instead of getting up and just getting through the round,
take it out of the round, correct?
Getting through the round, which anybody would do. He came up, he hit the ground running, he hit the ground swinging. He came out swinging, and he got stung again.
He ran straight into the beehive covered in honey from head to toe again.
Yeah.
Like, mate, stay away. Get through the round. Follow the game plan of one Manuel Marquez all those years ago.
Yeah.
Recover. It's a marathon, not a sprint. So I was thinking, dude, you've got another 10 rounds.
Yeah.
Clear your head. Disastrous start, but work your way systematically back into the fight. Give yourself a chance. So I felt that when that happened, Murtazaliev was licking his lips because he had a groggy guy coming straight for him.
Yeah.
And he's thinking, hey, I've got all my wits about me. I'm completely cognizant and fit this time.
Yeah.
This is a bonus for me. This is the cake, the icing, and the cherry on top.
Yeah.
And he's going to eat a third knockdown in the second round, which he did.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, unfortunately, in the third round,
he
got his eventual just desserts. So,
can you say hello to my friend? Is that okay? Bula. Can I ask someone to say hello?
Hey, Bula.
Hello,
hey, Bula.
What's your name?
Hey, Bula, Buni.
Buni. This is
Hey, Buni.
Hey, Bula.
Bula from Australia. Good to see you, Bula.
Good to see you too.
Oh, very good.
Hey, Buni, do you like
very good?
Do you like rugby?
Yeah, I do like rugby.
Fiji rugby? Who's
Fiji
your
rugby.
team? Who's your favorite team?
In in Australia or
Sure, in Australia.
rugby New South Wales.
New South Wales.
Yeah, Waratahs, man. Good man.
You Waratahs?
Hey. Completely Waratahs, man.
Hang
Absolutely.
on.
Better seat
Wait.
side to go for.
Before you go anywhere. Yeah. Hang on, Drewy. Wait.
I'm
Look.
gonna pull over a seat for Bunny.
Well, I don't follow New South Wales, but
no, that's okay.
Well for you.
I loosely do now.
Look.
There you go.
Yeah,
Oh, you got a Waratahs jersey.
No, it's not Waratahs.
All the way from Fiji. He's a good man.
Look,
He knows what colour scheme
New
to
South
go
Wales, Drewy.
Wales.
It's New South
for.
Wales.
Beautiful. I
There you go.
gotcha.
This is for you.
Thank
I'll
you.
put it in the package for you.
Very nice. Very nice.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Hey,
we'll
thank
shut-
you.
like
Good
this.
to meet you, Bunny.
Bunny.
sir.
See you later. Yes. So,
Thank you, Bunny. Special guest, Bunny. Special guest.
special guest Bunny. It was great to meet Bunny. We always love some
I've lost
Bunny
my
action.
cup of tea. Where'd I put my
Yeah,
cup
yeah,
of tea?
right, right.
Oh, there it is.
That's okay.
I thought he tried to
Don't
take.
worry about
Hey,
your cup
hey,
of
hey,
tea.
hey.
You'll find it soon. You're on Fiji in time. Very good. So, what I was going to say next,
Yes.
cheers from Fiji. What I was going to say next is one thing we haven't touched on is this puts Tszyu's future career very much up in smoke at the
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know where you go from here. This
Yeah.
was meant to be his big coming out party.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
But
it's going to have to be a real
it-
rebuilding phase.
What is it? Is it all over for Tszyu? Like I not just a loss, but I'm sure I know the answer to this. Is there going to be a rematch?
Oh, there'll be no rematch. No.
Yeah.
Murtazaliyev's got no reason to fight a rematch. He's got,
Yeah.
why do I need Tszyu?
Yeah.
I blasted him out in 3 rounds and I've got the belt.
Yeah.
Murtazaliyev will be on to bigger and better things. I think he'll probably might aim for a shot at Terence Crawford
Yeah.
if he can get it. If I was him, that's exactly the fight that I would go for.
And is this something that we're going to have to get good old Uncle Turk, from Saudi Arabia to put together, Uncle Turkey?
Oh yeah. Uncle
Uncle
Turkey will
Turkey's-
come with the money,
Uncle
good cold hard cash.
Uncle Turkey's going to have to foot the bill because these promoters, couldn't organize it. Is that right?
And well, maybe not. It remains to be seen. We'll see how negotiations go, bearing in mind that Crawford is looking for a huge money fight against Canelo Alvarez and he wants to move up 2 rounds. Whether that happens or not is another thing to be worked out, but we'll see. As for Tszyu, if your boxing career doesn't work out, give us a call. There's always a gardening career.
Yeah.
Come work for my company. You get half an hour lunch break. It's
Half
not
an
too
hour.
bad.
Yep.
7 to 3:30.
3:30.
Reasonable wage.
Yep.
You don't get holiday pay, but
No.
we do offer. We can maybe arrange some rainy day pay for you in
But
case
nice,
it rains.
You work with nice people, Drewy.
Yeah.
Yep. And
I don't even.
nobody's punching your head in at your job,
No. But unfortunately for Tszyu, it was meant to be his huge American coming out party. It was meant to be USA. Welcome to the USA.
USA.
Now
it's is he
unfortunately it's
home?
probably turned into welcome to the USA because
Is he coming home? Or maybe he's going to Fiji. Maybe he's coming to Fiji.
He might come to Fiji and knock down a couple of lagers with you in Fiji. Some Fijian lagers by the poolside. You can trade war stories.
Yep.
You might need to listen to him a bit more than he needs to listen to you because I think right now he's in.
To tell you, my war stories are very far and few and long gone.
Far between, yeah.
Far between. That's what I was thinking. Yep, few and far between, or few and far between and long gone. There.
Yeah, all 3. Unfortunately for us, when we have a bad day at work, we go home, we can relax, we go to sleep. Tomorrow's just another day. Unfortunately for Tszyu, he gets knocked out with his shirt off, with his board shorts on in front of millions of people. The soul taker got his soul taken. It's unfortunate. But we're behind you. I'm not here for the hate, Timmy boy. I'm here to support you.
Is he going to come home to Australia?
Yeah, he'll come back home to Australia for a little while, maybe. I don't know. He's got a lot to talk about with his team.
Going to turn into just doing fights in Australia. I mean, he can make good money off that, like just fighting plumbers and players from Tasmania. And and everybody will give him a go, and
Yeah.
he'll sell out stadiums. And
Or yeah.
I mean,
As
he'll
I
probably
prefer
do
to
that.
call it, the Anthony Mundine diet.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
just like suck it for all it's worth. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
yep.
It's why it's unfortunate for him is that it's got to that point where he's on the cusp of stardom and then the cusp of potential superstardom and international stardom. So it's that fight just to get you over that edge and to just put you into that outer sphere. He just hasn't been able to get over that speed bump yet.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he won't, but it's looking a little bit bleak now, and there's just reason for concern. And maybe that product that we thought we were getting at the start isn't quite as glossy as what we first thought.
Will he get another shot at, the Inferno guy, the one that he lost to? Do you reckon? Or this has just ended that, has it?
Maybe. My problem with this loss with him is that when you get knocked down 4 times in 3 rounds, I don't think you've got much at the negotiating table to come in with.
Yeah.
It's like being in a casino and you've only got 1 chip left on the table.
Yeah. Well, does he have a chip left? What is his chip?
Maybe half a chip.
Okay, but what is that? Is it his name? Is it his father's name? What is
it? Mate, at this point, he's got half a burgering or half a twisty, and it's his father's name.
Look, speaking of twisties, look at these from
you got some.
Fiji. Look, have you ever seen these?
Fijian flavored ones?
No. Look, okay. And now they're called Life is Fun with Twisties. Can you remember the Life's Pretty Straight Without?
Twisties, yes. I think that's the LGBTQ theme coming through.
Yeah, they changed it.
Yes.
But these are extra cheese, fromage en plus.
Yes.
Must be Fijian. Fromage is French for cheese, I think. Yeah, there you go.
So before this whole woke movement changed it to that new slogan instead of Life's Pretty Straight Without Twisties.
Oh, is it not?
Did that mean that they were calling everybody who was eating twisties gay?
Yeah.
Not that there's anything wrong with it, but I raise a reasonable point.
Yeah, you do. Well, anyway.
Yes, correct.
You can eat them regardless. Is that okay?
Yeah. You can eat them regardless. I'm just so disappointed. I just feel like the air has completely gone out of my balloon.
With the twisties or with Zoo? Which one?
Oh, with both. I love the slogan. I'm shattered that the slogan's no longer there. And I'm shattered that Timmy Zoo was flattened like a pancake against Bakram Murdazaliev. And congratulations to Mr. Murdazaliev.
Yep.
You actually progressed yourself nicely in your career. I'm not going to be a salty Australian.
No.
You really went out there and did the business today.
Yep, you did the business.
Yeah.
The business.
Absolutely.
Now, Drew, I've said this a few times to you, and you don't like it, but I said, what if Tim is the one that fluffs it and Nikita is the one that gets a shot and becomes, like fights for a world title belt and gets it? I have said that to you months ago. And and the reason is because I just really like Nikita. And sure, he's exciting. He takes the hits. He hits the hits, but not even about that. Oh, 10 minutes warning, cuz. Fiji time.
Good. No problem. Too easy. Loving it.
Is that looking more likely now? Well, I guess it is. What do you reckon?
Well, yeah. I mean, ironically, it now looks like the next shot at a world title will possibly eventually go to Nikita instead of Tim.
That's my question. Do you think that little brother will get a shot at it before Zoo gets another bite at the cherry?
Okay. Let me preface this by saying I love little brother. I love Nikita.
Yeah.
He is action-packed, dynamite, awesome to watch.
Awesome.
But unfortunately,
Mm.
he doesn't block punches with his gloves.
No.
He blocks them with his face.
Yeah. Yeah.
And to me, he gets hit too much.
Yeah.
You know when you've got one of those fluorescent tubes and you hear the mosquitoes fly into it?
Oh, yeah. Yep. Love
Yeah,
that. Love it. Yep.
I sometimes feel like the flies are the punches and the fluorescent tube is Nikita Tszyu's face.
Oh, mate, that's the best. That's the best comparison I've ever heard. But you're right. You're totally right.
It's different. But again,
so answer the question, Drewy. Who will have the next shot at a world title belt? Would it be, if you were a betting man, okay, do you think will have the next shot at a belt, or do you? Oh God, they're both so. Do you think Timmy will, or do you think Nikita will have a shot at it?
It's got to be Nikita right now going on this.
Wow.
Tim's lost 2 on the trot and lost his last one by a third-round knockout, getting knocked to the canvas 4 times. So it has to be Nikita next, unless, and there is a slight caveat, they bring Nikita on extra carefully and say, all right, we don't want you to make similar mistakes to Tim. We need to fix up more holes in your game. We're not going to rush you. But I would definitely say Nikita. I just don't like Nikita's defense. As far as watching him is concerned, bring out the popcorn, bring out the chalk tops, bring out the showgirls, because he is must-see TV for both you and for me.
But because of his style being as you've just described, do you think that there's more chance than that they're not going to play it safe with him and give him years and years and years of progression, that they're going to throw him in the deep end, so to speak? They
could. I mean, we'll just have to see the way that the team moves. One thing is for sure, I think that there'll be a lot more focus from the Australian public now on Nikita Tszyu. Unfortunately, that's like human nature. One day you're king of the world, and then the next day you were never that good anyway. And unfortunately, that's why when you produce, and that's not necessarily a literal meaning, but that's the way people think about things, whether it's fair or not.
For some reason, I expected you to say 1 minute you're king of the world, the next you're a bare bum in the shower. Remember that was
could be.
Yes. Next up, Jimmy's just another bare bum in the shower.
That narrative possibly works for this too.
So
this is why I always say to people, if you do really well at something or achieve something, don't bask too long in that sun and in that glory, in that warm, beautiful glory of the moment. Because as soon as you fail or stuff up, people will often remember that moment, which isn't fair.
But it's human nature, isn't it?
Yeah. Iron sharpens iron. You got to stay as sharp for as long as you can, and as often as you can.
How many times has Tszyu won, right? How many times?
So he's won 24 times.
And when you think about Tszyu now, will dominate those thoughts, unfortunately, 4 times in 3 rounds, in 2 rounds.
You'll think of some big Russian monster slapping around somebody's red-headed stepchild to the canvas 4 times in 3 rounds. That's what you'll be thinking. And it's not an accurate reflection. Part of it is how wonderfully Murders Ali have fought, you know?
Yeah.
And then another part is Tim probably wasn't quite as prepared as what he should have been. He may have been. He may have just been completely outclassed by this guy. I think Murders Ali of moving forward would be a tragic and a terrible matchup for Tszyu at any point in time, because he's 6 foot. He's got that long jab. And I think he's seen what Tim Tszyu brings. If Tim Tszyu faces him in the future, he'll have to win a number of fights and make adjustments and learn from this particular moment. He can come back. He's just got to learn. I dropped my phone. Sorry. He's just got to learn and make those adjustments. There we go. I'm back.
Yeah.
It's held together with blue tack. I've got.
Oh, yeah,
but
yeah,
you'll just need to make those adjustments.
Yeah. It's good blue tack. It's not the
Just
cheap.
like I made that adjustment there.
Yeah.
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 I mean, I did have a phone holder to hold this, but it's actually in storage, and I've
I
just
bought it
moved
for
into
you,
my new
right?
place.
I bought it for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that will be coming out of retirement.
So this is the
But,
new pad behind you, Drewy. Give us a little
Yeah, it is.
behind you. Give us a little look.
Oh,
It's
it's kind of not much to show you. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, I've still got plenty of boxes.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Got a TV.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
so you know, we're still in the sort of phase of kind of
nice.
I don't know,
Yeah.
unpacking.
Yeah,
And
nice.
you know, I've got some coffee beans there
Oh, yep.
because they're on the table. I got that handy hint from Google.
Oh, yep.
So
yep.
what that is anybody out there, if your place just smells of paint like completely thoroughly, put a bowl of coffee beans in each room, and then you'll be cheering.
What does it
So yeah,
or something?
Yeah, no, just the smell and the aroma just wafts through the entire room.
Yeah, nice.
Each room, but you put in each room. If your place is completely overrun with that smell of paint fumes,
Yep,
that's a good idea.
Yep.
So anyway, it's been a day of mourning for Australian boxing.
Yep.
And yeah, better luck next time for the Zoos.
Couple more minutes, Drewy. So
yeah, that's all right. We can do filler.
We did Bathurst for like 5 minutes, and then Zoo for 40 minutes.
Yeah, we did Zoo for a long time.
Yeah.
I just want to say, unfortunately, these comparisons to Daddy Dearest, good old Costa Zoo, won't stop coming.
Yeah.
It's hard to walk in those shadows, and I feel sorry for both sons. More so for Tim right now.
Yeah.
But, you know, a few days and a couple of beers to recover, he'll be right.
Yeah. And
maybe watch a few self-help videos.
What do you think his next fight will be? What will be the next one?
I'm thinking a cab driver from Tasmania might be a good idea.
Not a bricklayer.
Maybe a bricklayer. Maybe Centrelink can find him somebody, or what do they call it? Services Australia now these days.
I think a bricklayer would be tougher than a cab driver.
Maybe. The hands would be tougher though.
Yeah. And you got to lift those bricks.
Yeah. So, look, we'll just see what happens in the future. In another sport that just happened recently, guess what? I paid zero.
Less than a minute.
Well, this fits in perfectly. Yep. I paid zero attention to it. Apparently, Australia beat Tonga in the Rugby League 18-0. I don't know who scored. I know it was 6-0 at half time. I didn't watch the game because I'm all rugby leagued out. So it was nice to have a bit of a departure from rugby league in this episode, and best going forward to Team Zoo.
Was that the final?
Huh?
Was that the final?
I wouldn't have a clue. Mate, I'm still suffering a hangover from the Panthers, so I haven't been paying much attention.
Yeah, cool.
I just hope the Zoos get better. Get better, Tim.
Yeah. And looking forward to the next one.
Yes.